I think sometimes we get too focused on the negative in terms of not enough women in our industry. I do think that talking about it and showing that we can do better is important, because I'm an example. I am so much more sensitized now to the role that I play in bringing younger women into this field, into investing in women, getting more women entrepreneurs out there. And so it's now part of my DNA. And if we all do that, we will see change. And I'm beginning to see change already. And the DBL stands for double bottom line. And what that means is that we invest for two bottom lines. The first is the one that all venture capitalists use, which is your IRR, your multiple on cash, your financial returns to your investors. And we have always aimed to be top tier, top quartile, top decile for that. So that's no different than a traditional Sand Hill Road firm. But our second bottom line is that we want to deliver not just the first bottom line, strong returns, but we want to deliver social, economic, environmental progress in the regions and in the sectors in which we invest. The fact that we went from a $75 million fund in 2004 vintage to then we spun out and created DBL Investors in 2010, and we doubled our size to 150 million, and now we've joined forces with some new partners, and so we're calling ourselves DBL Partners now, and we raised over 350 million. So we've gone from being very small and very niche-y to being really mainstream, and at the same time, the world around us has really woken up to the power of this investment approach. And so that's one of our thesis. Our investment thesis is green without sacrifice. And so Tesla embodies that double bottom line. Make a $25 billion company over a very short period of time, but also start to solve one of the major issues of our age in terms of transportation and the impact of fossil fuels on our environment. And the way we believe venture capital can have a social impact in these neighborhoods is to create jobs and the multiplier effect. Once Pandora is in downtown Oakland, you need more coffee places, you need dry cleaning, you need lunch places, and all of a sudden that's how communities rise out of poverty. And so to bring the benefits of entrepreneurial business to these neighborhoods that really need them. So that was the first part of why we felt Pandora would have a big impact, because the leaders of Pandora, it wasn't, they could have gone anywhere, and yet they just rent another floor on the building in downtown Oakland, and now over the years it says Pandora on the top of the building, and that doesn't happen in Oakland very much. Now, we don't stop with just place. We start there, and then we add on community engagement. And ways to affect policy in a way that builds social and entrepreneurial values. And so with Pandora, they wanted we asked them, well, how do you want to engage in your community? They wanted to teach music. A bunch of musicians, obviously, work at Pandora. They love to perform. And so we helped them find a school in Oakland that was in a challenging neighborhood, and the Oakland schools don't have much of a music budget anymore. Those got cut. And so they adopted a school that we helped them find, and we worked with the superintendent and the principals to make this happen. And they teach music to a class there regularly, and they've done it for many, many years, and they've learned a lot. I mean, the employees love it. It's a retention tool, but they learn about how do young people interact with music, and the kids love it. The teachers note better behavior, better cognitive performance, and so there are all kinds of reasons this is a good thing to do. I sometimes think that I'm the most unlikely entrepreneur. While I love entrepreneurs and I've worked with them all my life, I mean, I worked at H&Q starting in 1984, and then when we were acquired, I didn't leave until 2008. So I worked at the same place a long time, and I was very, very happy there. Once we were able to start DBL, I never looked back. And it's, people always say this, and I always think it's kind of, I wondered before if it was actually true. But the moment you do it, you begin to wonder, why didn't I do this a long time ago? I mean, it's so liberating. It's so empowering to kind of be able to control your own destiny.